Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Imperium Galactica. Today, we're going to explore the abilities of us to produce ships, weapons, or equipment. So, let's get started already, and have a look at a video sequence. Okay, that suits me fine. It came out of nowhere though. Oh yes, I must escort the governor. That's right. Forgot about that. It's been a while since I last recorded, so that's probably the reason. Oh, that's good. Military spaceport nearly complete. Very nice. Now there was something I wanted to do.
Colony.
I think I have built the houses here already. Yes.
Colony information.
So I wanted to go
Colony.
here and build a
Buildings.
church.
Colony.
Because I need some more money from my people.
Colony information.
And that you can only do if you have better than neutral alignment with them. So I'm going to raise this to high. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see how that affects morale here.
Star map.
So I'm going to set my fleet here to follow the governor. And let's continue the game. Now hopefully we'll gain enough money in this small episode to build us some ships. So I can show you how to do this. But first we have to build a starship factory. There we go. But that can take a while. We need 24,000 in credits to actually do that, as far as I recall. So we need at least one day, probably more than that.
Equipment.
So the governor is moving at a speed of 10. Very nice. So we can follow him without any problems at all, whatsoever. So while they're moving, let's have a look at the colony
information.
Still not done. Should be though. Oh, it's done now.
Colony information.
That should actually raise itself.
Colony.
Because we now have 2 prefab housings here. For some reason it's not rising themselves, but it definitely should be. And I didn't see how much money we're at. Oh, we actually had a lot of money there. We made 3,064.
Buildings.
It does cost more than... No, it does cost 20,000. Great. It's just what we need. So let's build it right away. As you can see, we can only build one spaceship factory per planet. So we must be content with what we have. So this military spaceport should be repaired right about in a few seconds. And then we do not have to waste any more credits on repairing buildings. And that is great news for us, because we can finally use every possible credit to build ships. Yeah! And we shall do that because we need some destroyers made. Why? Well, just because to up our fleet a little bit. Trust me, you will need a big fleet. And we might want to build some light shields from time to time too. Once we get a chance for that as well. So that military spaceport should be done in a bit. Now let's focus back on this and increase the speed a little bit. So the governor is flying to the planet Naxos. And before it gets there, I'm gonna save again. Not entirely sure what will happen now, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful here. Might probably be a good thing. Okay, so the governor has arrived, but nothing happened. Okay, that's okay for now. So, how much money did we get now? 15,000. Tax morale plus 2%. Trade income of that, 2,100. Okay, I would assume we got less
Colony.
from that colony this time.
Colony information.
Still 75. That's good. That is oh so good. Neutral people here. People back me up. Neutral people here. And people back me up. So let's raise the taxes here a little bit on the planets where people back me up. So we can get a little more cash out of them. I know, it's actually not a good thing to raise taxes all the time, but you know, folks, sometimes we have to live off something, and so we do that.
Colony.
And the way we do that. Do we actually have a church here? I don't think we do. We do not.
Buildings.
So let us raise morale
Colony.
a little bit.
Colony information.
Now we have 5 churches built.
Buildings.
Once this is done. Actually, let's have a look.
Colony.
That is... what planet is that? I'm not entirely sure. That is New Caroline. So let's raise morale here as well. Churches are a very cheap way of doing it.
Colony information.
It's not recommended that you
Buildings.
do that later on as much, because you can then build recreation centers or parks or bars and stadiums quite easily. But as you can see here, colony morale at very low cost, but only a tiny bit. Bar raise morale, very effective at raising morale, relaxing and raising morale, and that is also morale. The rest is just... oh yeah, and barracks, by the way, they serve as your primary defense.
Colony.
Not sure where they actually put up barracks here. Where did they put them? Oh, well, there it is, behind this. Let's repair that. That barracks is an automated defense station, which is going to, well, just destroy things that come your way when there is a ground battle.
Star
They have a
map.
medium range, not as much, but they're probably okay to do with normal ground forces. Right,
Colony.
let's have a look at how far the spaceship factory is. 75%, that's good. That's very nice. Now, while we're waiting for
Colony
things to finish,
information.
trade income, trade income, trade income. We
Colony.
should build
Buildings.
trader space
Colony.
here as well. Gain some more credits. Probably a good idea.
Colony
Energy
information.
Energy might be
Buildings.
damned now. Yes, definitely. Probably even with the... no, actually with church was still fine.
Colony information.
Yeah, but the
Colony.
trader space was gonna take its toll on
Star
the energy
map.
output. But that's okay. Let's speed it up a little bit. Okay, nothing's happening, that's good. No enemy forces, nothing. That is very nice. Now let's see how much we raised our money. Had about 15,000 last time, and we have now 17,664. Okay, stop here.
Colony.
Gonna build a
Buildings.
power plant here. I'm not gonna build fusion power plants just yet.
Colony.
Gonna do that later on. But not right now. Gonna build it closer to here. So a little bit of space left for that. Now let's have a look at the
Star
star map again
map. Colony.
and check out Achilles. So we now have a spaceship factory. And I think we
Colony
have
information.
a few energy here.
Buildings. Colony.
Let's build another power plant. Somewhere here. And speed it up so it gets finished. Because that is our point. Oh, that's just enough, I
Colony
would say.
information.
A little bit more than we needed. Alright, let's pause this. And I will show you now how you're going to build ships. Hopefully we have
Colony
enough money for that.
information.
So,
Inventions.
you can go to the invention screen and then click whatever you want to, like the destroyer, and then go to production.
Production.
You can add ships to this.
Added to production list.
You should raise this importance to 100% on any of these ships, because at the beginning you will need everything you can. So the more you raise that, the better it is.
Added to production list. Added to
I'm
production
gonna add
list.
these two fighters as well. We don't have anything else right now. We could add a
Added
service
to
satellite,
production list.
but that's about it then. I'm gonna raise these all to 100. Now from the equipment we can only... Oh yeah, we need to add an equipment factory, that's right. So we can't do anything of that just yet. Same as with these weapons. So for the time being, we can only produce fighters. And we want to do that. So we're gonna add one here. Now, when we are going to do this, let's have a look. Capacity is 100%, cap is 1,000. Now I have to see where we can actually change the costs. But let's actually unpause so it gets a little bit built. I have to see. Oh no, it's probably just... Oh yeah. Okay. Cap is how much you will produce. So the more factories you have, the higher the cap and the better it is for you. Later on with research, you can devote more resources by pressing a button, but obviously, as this is not here, you can't do that in production. So the only way to increase your cap and to produce things faster is just to build more factories of the same type. So let's get this fighter on the way. It's being produced on the planet you have the factory on. So in this case it's Achilles. Not sure exactly where you could build fighters later on or other ships when you have like different factories. But I would assume it's getting built there wherever you are right now on. So let's stick to Achilles and speed this up a little bit. We want to build as many factories, by the way, as we can. So we should build spaceship factories, weapons factories, equipment factories on every planet that you have. It is really, really important. So the better you have production capabilities early in the game, the better it is for later on. Trust me on that. You will need the production capabilities later on quite a lot. 17,000. Okay, our
Bridge. Star map.
our money
Colony.
dropped a little bit.
Colony information.
That may be... No, that's actually okay. 59. Okay, let's get this back to moderate. This is okay. This is okay. Let's drop this back to moderate here. We'll gain a few less credits than normally, but that's okay. Okay, 600, 600, 600, and 300. Now the only colony that has more is New Caroline, and that's okay right
Colony.
now. So for now, let's see what we
Buildings.
could build later on. Equipment factory or weapons factory. We do not want to have any of these right now. We could build a bank already that increases or doubles the credit income that we have. Can we actually
Colony
build
information.
that? Yes, budget-wise
Buildings.
we could. So we could do this. We could gain 1,200 then per trading spaceport. Would be kind of an interesting thing to do it right now already. But I'm going to not do this right
Inventions.
now,
Production.
because I want to produce more things. And the reason for that is I want to have a strong fleet. So let's continue building our fighter.
Commander, we have received a message.
Yeah,
Bridge.
that too. The planet is under attack by...
We are under attack by aliens. Come at once. It looks as if they are preparing for a ground assault. We will need all of the reserves.
Yeah. So Naxos is getting
Star
attacked by this Garthok fleet. And let me tell you, do you not want to attack this one? Because normally if they have a ground force with them, they have to have flagships in their fleet. and you cannot possibly defeat a flagship at this point of the game. So just try to avoid that fleet, because you will just lose every ship and then you're done anyway. So we are going to go back to Achilles, and yeah, when we come back, folks, we'll be fighting the ground battle. I'm just gonna make it up a little bit more. Okay, stop it here. And when we come back, more battles. So, see you then, folks.